Hi, welcome. So we've learned a lot so far, and in this video we are going to do a project. So you must have learned a lot of things from the select family, select from, where, group by, order by, having. So now it's time to apply those and put them on a GitHub on profile, and also be able to share that link so that you can show off your newly earned SQL skills. So we are going to get a script which will run. You create a database, and then from that database, there are questions that we want to ask as exploratory data analysis to understand, like company limited, like understand what is the profit that was made, profit per country, profit per staff, things like that. So these are normal business questions that you as an analyst would be responding to. So with those questions, I'll ask a couple of questions, answer some of them in this video, leave some for you to answer on your own, and you can even ask different questions and even answer in different ways. Maybe you answer the question using joins, or you answer the question using subqueries, and show off your skills on GitHub. So let's just go straight and see the data set and start answering those questions to show off your skills. Now we are here. So I'm just going to paste a script here that will create the database for us. And I'm going to share the script to this video so you can follow through. So this would be, want to create a database to answer questions using SQL. So I just separated them. There will be a staff table. So there are some questions that will come up just from the staff table. How many staff are younger than this? How many staff do we even have in the company? So we need to know. And I would answer maybe just one or two, and the rest you would answer on your own and ask your own questions, add them here and answer them just to show off your skills. And you can answer the same question in different ways, maybe using joins, using subqueries, using views, using whatever, just to show off that you're flexible in SQL. And then there are some questions too for the customer table, and some questions too that will need you to join maybe several tables here. So if you go here, you would see that we are just going to create a database like this, and if it exists we drop it, if not we create it, and then we use the database. And there's a staff table with matricule number, staff name, staff sex. So it will also be good to just explore, run this database, create it, explore, and see what is inside the database also with your SQL skills. So you just create a file like this, and then each question you'll be asking here, and then maybe the first question we'll try to answer, and then we'll upload this script to GitHub. So this question would be like maybe commented out like this, and then we write the query down here to answer this question. So let's run this to create a database. So when we run it, okay, we say we have something with the syntax here. So let me just copy, maybe I've changed something. Let me just copy the original file and paste again so that we are sure that everything is working. Let me just copy it, copy, paste again here, and then let's run it. So it's okay. So it's created, it works. So let's right click here, refresh all, and then we have our company limited has been created here. So if you want to look at the tables, you have the customer table. Let's right click there, select, and then we can increase the limit so that we can even say maybe 2000, so that we see more. So the staff table, that's the staff table, and then we see, oh, that's the customer table instead. Here's the staff table here, and here is the sales table here. So you have a staff table, these are the staff. Then you have a customer table with the customer code, these are the customers, countries, age. Then you have a sales table, and in that sales table you have a staff code, which are your foreign keys, and you have the customer code. So with this, you already know that you can do joins based on this, linking this staff code with the staff table here. And also you can also link the customer code with the customer table here. So this is an example of what you could be doing in an office to be able to solve problems. So let's go and start answering the questions. Normally, we have these questions here. I'll just go up here. Here are the questions like this. How many staff do we have? Normally, you would be inquisitive like here to just check how many staff do we have, how many sales, what are the number of columns we have here. Might not necessarily need to go right down, especially if you have a limit. So you might want to just say select star count, how many do we have in this sales table, how many columns we have. So get creative, get inquisitive, get curious, try to ask basic questions about this database so that you explore it, you know what it contains, and you're able to check the validity. Are there any missing values? Are there empty values? What is happening there? How many employees do we have? How many staff members do we have? How much sales do we have? So some of them are in these questions already, but this is a time to flex, start from small, and make your queries a bit more complex as you go ahead and as you learn more of the SQL. So let's go here. The first question we want to answer is how many staff do we have in the company? So if you have been following the series, we will just do a select, and then we'll need to give an aggregation because we need to count. So we can do a count and decide to get a star, or you can count even a single column. You can still put in a column name, or you can count just the matricule numbers with a distinct. So there are so many options, and then I'm just saying you would need to play with them. So let me say, if we say from so the first thing is, let us use, so we just want to make sure that we use this company limited, or you double click on it. So there are two options. If you double click on it, it's highlighted, so we know this is the database you're talking about. Or you simply just say here, like you've seen here, what we did in this. We simply just say here, let me come back here, use, like this. So means that that's the database that you're currently focused on. So if I do that now, and then I say from, say for example, staff table, now it knows the database we are talking about. So if I run this, we know that there are 9 here. So if you look at it, you see there are 9 here. And then if, for example, you just wanted to know the staff clearly, maybe there were duplicates here. So this is just, I want you to give you tips so that you are able to build this project and then put it and showcase it. So imagine that this M01 appeared here twice. So you can use your knowledge of distinct so that we just count unique. So how could you make sure this code is robust or it's really precise? Is by adding the distinct command, which we saw. Then you say, give me the distinct of, you want to know the name of this column here, so that if we have M101, 101 again, 102, 102 again, 104, 104 again, it will not count them duplicate times. It will just count once and say clearly there are maybe 9 or 4 or 3 unique matricule numbers for the staff. So that would be here. We come here, so we would say select distinct, then matricule number. So when we run it here, yes, we are going to get the same results, but we know that this is actually something robust. And then we could add an alias here, as we've learned, as staff, as number of staff. So again, you run this, you have this now number of staff here. So it actually tells you this number of staff is 9. So this could be your answer. You could play with it as much as you want, use any method you want, but then show off your skills. So if we go to the second question, for example, let's go to the second question. Here it's saying how many staff are younger than 30. So you do the same thing. You copy, you comment out, you paste, then you write your query how you want to write your query. So you maybe do again a select count, and if you want, you give again this distinct like this, but then you might say less than 30 in this case. So you can still do your distinct like that, and then you say as staff below 30. So again, I'll just do a couple, but the whole objective is for you to do them on your own, get this database, do it, and showcase your work online. So you can say maybe staff below 30. I'll just put below there, below 30. So if I close this one, for example, and I have this one here, so I'll be saying select count distinct as staff below 30 from staff table. So again, from staff table. Now you need a where function. Remember, where is your filter? Where age. Now age less than. So you need a less than 30. So let's close this and let's run this. So you get staff below 30. There are 4 staff below 30. So you see, you can be able to write these queries and answer and solve those questions very easily. So the next question would be, how many staff are between 30 and 35, 30 and 25? So you can either use greater than 30 and less than 25, or you can use a between staff between 30 and 25. So that you can do, and then you're able to showcase that on your GitHub as a portfolio. So let's just go to the next section here. So we would say, how many customers do we have? So here you take the question here and maybe give it a title, customer table, or whatever, or just question number 4. Or it could simply just be for you question number 4 or 5 or 6 if you've answered the other ones. How many customers do we have? And you know that you have to get this from the customer table instead. So this was for staff. Now this is for the customer table. So you will be saying here that do the same thing, but now from customer table, and you have to be sure that do they call it matricule number or what is the name of that here. So you can always go back here, check and see there is a customer code, that's how it's called, and then you come back here and you say instead I want a customer code here, customer code. Let me call the table so that it'll be easier. So I'm going to say I want a customer table. So customer table, yeah, and then you have a customer code here. Let me just type it out. So customer code, let me just type it like as it is. So be sure that that is how it is, customer code from the customer table. So if we go back here, we have select count distinct customer code as maybe number of customers from the customer table. So you can have it from the customer table here. So customer table, make sure you spell this right. Just check again, customer code here. Just make sure everything is well spelled so that you run it. And then if you run it now, you have 20 customers. So now we know we have 20 customers, and you from here you see here. So we just running these queries so you can see as an example, and you continue to answer these questions and put them online. So how many customers are from Cameroon? So you just want to get the Cameroon, so you can paste it here. call it maybe question 5, or depending on the number of questions you've answered before, you call it the number, and then we do a hash here. So we are now saying how many customers are from Cameroon. So you can still take this line here to guide, and then now we know the select count distinct customers code, and we can give this a new name, maybe Cameroon customers, Cameroon underscore customers, just to name it well. So we can say Cameroon customers from customer table still, and then just need a where condition. So we need to check how do they call the countries here. So we can say, so it's called customer country. So we make sure that this is what is written here. So from where customer country, this is it here, equal to now Cameroon, and then let's run this and see. So we get Cameroon customers 4. So you could have said number, of course, Cameroon customer number, whatever, but then you get that like the and output 4. So here again, you can come here and then we take another question from here. So for example, this one, if you say how many customers are from Cameroon and are male, so you just know that the only thing you need to add here is where country equals to Cameroon and sex equals to male. So let's see if it's called sex here. Customer sex equals to male. So that's all you need to do. So these are things if you've gone through the series, you should be able to do and show off that you've been able to learn them. And this is going to be an interesting exercise for you. Answer all these questions, go through what are the first names and last names of the customers who come from Togo. So you'll be saying where the customers in, you list them, Togo, customer country in Togo, USA, and then you'll be selecting just the first names and the last name. So you not do select star from. So I'm really interested to see all of you do this, share it, and maybe tag me. Let me see how you're able to show off your newly learned SQL skills. So the next one here is what is the total profit we made. So this one now, you need to look at the sales table, because here is where you have profit. So explore the data, go around. Here is where you have profit. So you want to get the total profit here. So this will be a sum. So let's just do that, and then you continue with most of the other questions there. So what is the total profit we made? Let's copy this here, go here, and then we paste. Maybe you call this 6, just depends on the number you've answered so far. What is the total profit we made? So this is not complicated. If you followed the series, you just say select sum. This is the sum. And then now you're saying that you want to get the profit. So if we go to how is it called here? Sales table, we call it profit. So we can say select sum profit from. Now you just specify the table where it's coming from. So from sales table. So from the sales table, and when we run this, we get some profit. So you could also give it an alias. Again, remember, you can always show off what you've learned. So as total profit, so you give it an alias like that, then you run it. So you have total profit is this amount. So let's look at one more question here. So you should be able to continue doing the rest very easily. So I'll just do this one with you, and I'm really excited to see what you guys would do and share as what you've successfully done with this data set. So we want to, what is the total cost we incurred for these three countries: Cameroon, Togo, Cameroon, USA, Togo. So normally, if you come here to the sales table, we have costs, but we don't have countries. But on the customer table, we have countries, but we don't have costs. So this already starts telling you you need a joint. In this case, you need to write a joint so that you connect them. And the good thing is the customer code here is the same as the customer code here in the customer table. So you can join these two tables on customer table dot customer code equals to sales table dot customer code, and then you have one table that you can use to do all your analysis. So let's just do that one, and then I'm going to leave you to complete the rest, and I'll just be waiting to see how you do that. So select sum. So in this case, we want the cost. So we want the cost here. Cost. Now you want the cost, and then we are saying countries. So it's good to see the countries. So you can say I want maybe customer country to customer country and cost, so that we see each cost against each country. So yeah, customer country and its sum. So at the side, you want two columns. Actually, you want two columns here. So now we'll say from customer table. So here, let me close this one. So from customer table. So then now you need a join. So join sales table now. So you bring in the sales table, join on. Remember, you always have to join on something. On what? So you're joining on customer table. Cost. So let's just do customer table. Customer table. On customer table dot customer code equal to sales table dot customer code. So then now you would want to do a group by customer country. So now one thing we talked about, the left join, the right join. So as an analyst, you'll be thinking this kind of question: what is the total cost we incurred for the three countries? So we want to know everything from the sales table. So the sales table should be our table that has everything included here. It should be our, if it's on the right, it should be the right join. If it's on the left, it should be the left join. So if you don't remember, you can go back to the previous videos when we talked of joins and see how left join, right join, inner join, outer joins, we use them. So this is an example where you would need to say, what I'm more interested in is making sure that every sale is registered. So it will be a right join if you look at this code, because the sales table is on the right. So it will be a right join. And then making sure that the customer table is just a lookup to this fact table. So we'll be saying, give me a right joint of this this data here. So if I run this, so I'm going to get, this is what Holland, Cameroon. So you can still do an order by here. If you call this cost, so you can call this, give it an alias as total cost. I'll just call it total cost. So if you want, you can still do even an order by total cost here. So again, the questions are just there to give you an inspiration, but it should be something that you would be able to come up with your question with the questions yourself. So I can just do a total cost here. Let's run this. So we have this, and then we can even do a descending. So remember, we've looked at all of these things, and it's time to go revise them and show off those skills. So Cameroon is on top, USA is on a second, and Uganda is right down there. So these are the questions here. There are other questions: profit per profit we made, average profit, total revenue per staff. So you need to link the staff table now with the sales table, and then which countries made more than 100 sales of transactions, sort them in decreasing order. So you might need to use a halving here. And then what is the total profit made for the staff? So there is a staff table, and then there is a country coming from the customer table, and then there is also profit coming from the sales table. So you need to join all the three tables to be able to get this answer here. So I'm really excited to see how you guys are going to work on this, answer all these questions and more, and share and tag me as you share your work. So I hope this project will really help you understand all that we have been looking with SQL right from the beginning, crown up your skills, and also boost your thinking, your analytical skills, express data analysis skills. See you next video where we start with Power BI, and wish you good data luck.